Good morning, children. And as we were doing the poem of Unit 4, that is what? The mystery of the machines. And as I said, the poet of this poem is Rudyard Kipling, right? And Rudyard Kipling was born in Mumbai, though he was a resident of London. He's got many awards for his work, and he was very well known for his fiction. Now, this poem was written by him during the era of Industrial Revolution, which took place somewhere in 18th century. Now, what is Industrial Revolution? So, it was a phase in the history of the world when many machines were discovered, and we made different machines for different sectors. Like we had different types of printing press, we had different cotton mills, and many more machines were invented in that phase, in that century. And there was a revolution sort of thing. One by one the machines were invented, and we started using those machines. Gradually we did improve those machines, and many more machines were invented, but that was the phase when most of the machines were invented. So due to which it was known as the Industrial Revolution, because that phase was the time when maximum machines were invented. So due to that industrial revolution, the poet also gets influenced, and he writes a poem about science, the machines, right? And in this poem till now we have read that the machines are talking to us, as if machine is telling its story to us. And the machine is saying, see, we were inside the earth, you took us out, you mined, and you took us out, and then you gave us all different types of treatments of melting and then cleaning and then giving shape, hammering and filing and adjusting and fitting with the nut bolts, giving us tasks. So you have done all those things, and now we are here to serve you, right? And the machines are saying, see, we can do so many things for you, and we can be very, very helpful to you, right? So we were discussing. Now let us continue with the poem. The boat express is waiting your command. Now what is boat express? Chennai Express. What is it? It's a train, right? So what can be the boat express? Simple. Boat, right, is waiting for your command. You will find the Mauritania at the quay, till her captain turns the lever beneath his land. Now see, neath is written here, and there is a apostrophe in the beginning. It means the word is shortened. It means the actual word is shortened, and the actual word was what? Beneath. And this is the short form of beneath. Lever beneath his hand, and the monstrous 9-decked city goes to sea. Now 9-decked city means 9-layered ship. So Mauritania, what is it? It was a passenger ship. Okay, it was, I think it was the first passenger ship, and to which he calls the boat express, जिसको वो boat express भी कह रहा है. So Mauritania was the first passenger ship, and it was 9-decked, means it had 9 layers. Okay, so it's saying just at the command, the captain turns the lever beneath his hand. The lever that he has with just beneath his hand, he just pulled that lever, and that monstrous, just looked like a monster, very huge in size, 9-layered city. City means because it is too big and carried too many passengers, as if it is carrying the whole city with it. So 9-decked city goes to see that whole monstrous looking ship, goes to see. It starts moving, it starts its journey. So it is what? It is all machine. Do you wish to make the mountains bare their head and lay their new cut forest at your feet? So even if you want to cut the mountains bare their head means if you want to remove trees from the mountains, and new cut forest on your feet if you want that wood to be with you. Do you want to turn a river in its bed or plant a barren wilderness with wheat? Now here what the machine is talking about, it is talking about how machines have made our life better. Means with the help of machines we are able to cultivate the barren lands also. Due to the machines, we are able to turn the course of the river, means the regions which do not have water supply, they are given water supplies with the help of canals, right? So the river is diverted into different directions. Rivers, not only rivers, even the mountains, the trees, they are cut and different products have been taken out from them, right? So all these things have come into existence. They are possible only with the help of machines. I'll just come this way. Shall we pipe aloft and bring you water down from the never-failing cistern of snow? Cistern, it is a type of water storing tank. Okay, from the never-failing cisterns of the snow, to work the mills and tramways in your town and irrigate your orchards as it flows. So the machine is saying, see, it is very easy for us to get water in the pipes to you. We can bring the water from the snows, cistern tanks, from the tanks of snows we can get water for you. We can work the mills and tramways, means we can make the mills and tramways work for you. Not only this, your orchards are what? They are fruit gardens, right? So your fruit gardens can also be cultivated. So see, we can make your life so simple and easy and comfortable. It is easy. What is the machine saying? It is easy. Give us dynamite and drills. Give us dynamites and drills. Where do we use these? We use to explode, right? For explosions. And where do we do these explosions? We do these explosions where we want to mine, right? So for mining we need these dynamites and drills. So watch the iron-shouldered rocks lie down and quake. Iron-shouldered rocks means? Iron-shouldered rocks. Iron-shouldered rocks means the rocks that contain iron in them. Iron-shouldered rocks here means the rocks that contain iron in them. And geographically and scientifically, the rocks which contain iron in them, in impure, obviously it will be impure form, those rocks are called ore. And if it is containing iron, so we will name it as iron ore. If it contains some other metal like copper, we'll call it as copper ore, right? So the machine is in this poem is saying iron-shouldered rocks means the rocks that contain iron in them. Okay? Lie down and quake. They shake and they lie down in your feet, means with the use of dynamite and drills, we have exploded that area, and all those rocks which were inside the earth, all that iron containing rocks which were inside the earth, they have all come out. So your mining has become easier. Your work has become easier. Otherwise it is not so easy. Right now it is not so easy to dig the earth and take out those rocks. But with the help of machines, with the dynamites and explosions, we are able to mine out these ores easily. As the thirsty desert level floods and fills, and the valleys we have dammed becomes a lake. So it's saying, see, we have made the deserts floods and fills, means we have made water available in the desert also. It is saying that we have made the valley become a lake, right? So valleys have been turned into lakes, deserts have been supplied with lot of water. So all this has been done by us. But remember, please, the law by which we live. Now see, machine also follows some laws. It follows only one single law. We are not built to comprehend a lie. Comprehending means putting together or taking out some meaning. So a lie means if you tell us lie, we don't know. Means we are machines. We don't have heads. We don't have hearts. Our work is to do what is given to us. Whatever our master has given the command, we have to do it. Right? So no lie, no truth will work in front of us. We are not there for all these things. Got it? Because these machines, they don't have heart. Right? They can't feel. We can neither love nor pity nor forgive. Means ना तो हम प्यार कर सकते हैं, ना हम नफरत कर सकते हैं. We can't pity also. किसी पे दया नहीं कर सकते. And we can't forgive also. So even if you are doing something wrong, if you have given a wrong command, then we can't forgive you. We can't help you. Wrong command will give wrong result. Right? Because it is a machine. If you make a slip in handling us, if you have mishandled us, you die. Right? Look at the electrical sockets. If you are not handling them properly, you will get a shock and you are gone. Right? Same way, if you are not driving your vehicle carefully, you are gone. Right now, because they are machines. They don't know what is right, what is wrong, what is forgiving, what is love, what is hate. They don't know. They'll do what man orders them. And if man is ordering the wrong, wrong will happen. Right? So, after all, we are the masters. And if we are giving wrong command, then we'll have to bear that wrong command. So the masters should take care. Otherwise, machine will not have any mercy and you are gone. We are greater than the peoples and the kings. हम राजा से और लोगों से भी बड़े हैं. Who's saying that? Machine. Why? Because when you are driving a vehicle and you have not paid proper attention, तो you are gone. वो तो भगवान से, लोगों से, राजा से सबसे बड़ी हो गई आपकी जान. Gone. Be humble as you crawl beneath our rods. So when you are operating us, when you are operating the machines, when you are working with the machines, be humble, be gentle, be polite, and be very careful. Our touch can alter all created things. A wrong touch, a wrong command will alter, means ulat pulat kar dega, will change the whole scene. We are everything on earth except the gods. On earth, we are everything सिवाय भगवान के. Got it? Now, in these lines, you might have noticed that here the machine is saying that we don't have hearts. You have made us man, but remember, we don't have hearts. We can be very dangerous. We can be very harmful to you if we are not handled properly. Got it? Now, last 4 lines. Though our smoke may hide the heavens from your eyes. Now, machine is saying, okay, because we are creating lot of smoke, so it can be so much that it hides the heaven, the sky. Heaven means the sky. It will vanish and the stars will shine again. Even if the sky is hidden by the smoke, after some time that smoke will vanish and the stars will shine again. Because, why? For all our power and weight and size, though we have lot of power, though we have lot of weight, we are too big in size, we are nothing. Machines are nothing more than children of your brain. Children of your brain means children of man's brain. Got it? So it is saying, keep whatever we are or whatever we were. Man has given us birth. Man has given us work. But we are dangerous. But even if we are dangerous, we can't forget that we are created by man. We are the children of the man's brain. It is the human brain which has made all these things possible. Got it? So here we end with the poem, and we'll do the remaining questions and answers of this poem in our next video. Till then, I want you to revise, do the hard words and the meanings of this poem. Okay? Till then, thank you.